In the coming weeks, sadly, things are likely to get worse before they get better. The Chancellor's trying to preempt some of the economic damage. But how is our post-lockdown recovery going? Well, this chart shows you monthly GDP, the value of all products and services in the economy going all the way back to 2007. You can see there that huge drop in April as lockdown hit, and then the economy beginning to bounce back, that line beginning to rise again as things reopened. Now, we talk a lot about a V-shaped recovery, the hope that things will bounce back to what they were before. If we take a closer look at just this year, you can see that that V actually looks a little bit more like a wonky U shape. We saw record growth numbers in June, pretty good numbers in July, but growth of just 2.1% in August, and that's a worry. It's below what economists were expecting, and it signals that growth is slowing, even in the least restricted month of this year. Now, the service sector was a significant driver of growth in August, and this is how different bits of it performed. The leader, clearly, accommodation and food services, that's hospitality. Now, remember, August was the month of Eat Out to Help Out. This shows just what an impact that scheme had. But it's over now. Much of the hospitality sector faces new closures. We're not going to see this driver of growth into the autumn. So how does the new extension to the job support scheme that the Chancellor has just announced compare to what came before? Now, he's consistently said it's not an extension to the furlough scheme, but to many on it, it will look and feel pretty similar. On the original iteration of the furlough scheme, the government was paying 80% of people's wages. This time round, workers will get a little less, around 2/3 of their salaries. So far, so similar. But the scope will be smaller. The furlough scheme's always been open to all businesses, and it's come at a cost of nearly £40 billion to the government. We don't know exactly what this new scheme will cost yet, but the Treasury said it'll be hundreds of millions a month. Even at the very top end of that, we're looking at a cost of around £6 billion over 6 months. As you can see, that's still dwarfed by the original furlough scheme. The reality is that much fewer people will be applicable. It's just for the workers of businesses mandated to shut. Around 3 million British workers are still on furlough. It's very unlikely all of those will be captured by this new scheme. There are still very tough times ahead for many.